This episode is brought to you by John Blake Sales Breakthrough Solutions, helping you to at least double the amount of leads that you get that convert into paying clients.
Welcome to the Master Dealmaker's Secrets podcast. And now, here's sales growth strategist, John Blake.
Welcome to Master Dealmaker's Secrets. I'm John Blake. This is episode 158, and today we're going to be talking about the 5 biggest reasons why your clients, your potential clients that you've made a presentation to, aren't returning your calls. So some people refer this to as being ghosted. I'm going to give you the 3 biggest fixes for when you have made a presentation to a client and now they're not returning your calls. So I think this is going to be super valuable, and I'm going to give you some really practical things that you can do. But before we do that, if you have got leads that you've spoken to that haven't converted into paying clients, so speaking of getting ghosted, I want you to head over to johnblakeaudio.com. And what you're going to find there is a 15-minute audio training where I show you the exact strategy that I use and that I teach all my clients to use to convert more of the people that you've spoken to into paying clients. This can literally double the sales that you can make with your existing lead flow. Most businesses, in fact, I think at least half businesses, give up after about 1 follow-up. And most clients takes between 5 and 8 follow-ups, if they didn't buy straight away, to actually make a buying decision. And what this process does is it gives you a step-by-step process that you can use to follow up with people in a way that's proactive, in a way that's professional, and in a way that will not piss them off, which is important, right? So it's at johnblakeaudio.com. Not only will you get the audio training, what you'll get is a PDF with the exact word-for-word scripts, exactly what to say when you call, exactly what to write in your emails, and exactly when to email and when to call over a 90-day period. So timing and the how to space out your contact is super crucial. You'll get all of it. It is at johnblakeaudio.com. I haven't held any of this particular strategy back because I just want you to be able to get a really good result with it. I've had hundreds of people that have downloaded this thing. It will work for you. You can even teach it to somebody else in your team to do it, and they will get the same result also. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today, as promised, is the 5 reasons potential clients are not returning your calls or why you're getting ghosted after your appointment and what you can do about it. So the 5 reasons, so we'll start with number 1. So the first reason is you have made an offer to somebody who actually doesn't need what you're selling. Now, this might sound like duh, like, why would you make an offer to somebody who doesn't need what it is that you're selling? Well, this happens all the time. Like a good framework, a good sales framework will actually disqualify people, and you need in your preparation for any conversation with a client about buying, you need to be able to prepare to say no. And one of the most valuable things that I can do with clients is actually give them a nice way to say no. So not everyone is a buyer, and not everyone has a need that you can solve. And so if that's the case, then you shouldn't make them an offer. So I look at so many opportunities in the proposal sent client that should never have been made an offer. So your process should be a series of questions that you ask to work out whether you should actually make an offer to somebody. So making an offer is, okay, well, this is what I recommend. This is what the product is. This is what it'll do for you. This is how much it is. So we should have a process that should allow us to pull the pin before we get to the point where we make the offer. And so many sales processes don't do that. And what you'll find is that will be a whole bunch of people that are just wasting time, that are wasting space in your proposal sent column, that should never have been made an offer because they weren't the right fit. So you need a nice way to say no, and you need a nice way to refer them to a more appropriate business that can help them in the way that their particular set of circumstances requires. So that's the first one, making offers to people who don't actually need what you're selling. The second one is having uncovered, I'll say that again, having not uncovered enough of an actual problem or pain that they actually want to fix. I'll say that again. The second reason is that you haven't uncovered enough of an actual problem or enough pain that that particular person wants to fix, right? So your process should uncover a problem. It should uncover something that the person wants to fix. Because why then would they invest the time and the energy and the money into actually solving the problem? So your process should uncover a problem, and it should uncover the impact of not solving that problem. And so many of the opportunities, again, that are sitting in that proposal sent column are people where we just haven't gone deep enough. We haven't uncovered a big enough problem that we can actually fix. So that is reason number 2. Reason number 3 is that you started talking about your product and what it does way too early. And again, this might sound arbitrary, but I listen to a lot of phone calls. I listen to a lot of recordings of phone calls now, and you would be blown away at how many people will start crapping on about their product within like a minute and a half or 2 minutes of the call actually starting. And it is an absolute certain like showstopper for sales, right? If you start talking about your product that early before you've uncovered enough of an actual reason or a problem or pain or goals or motivation for them to actually want to solve the problem, then you are effectively shooting yourself in the foot, and you are stopping so many sales that could easily have gone ahead if you had simply taken the time to ask that particular person what's going on in their world and whether you can actually help them. So number 3 is you started talking about your product way too early. Most salespeople are absolutely guilty of this. I hear it all the time. It's one of the biggest problems that I can help people to fix in their process, that can uncover and unblock their process, which can pave the way for massive shifts in their sales results. A lot of people who listen to the podcast want to know what we do over at Master Dealmaker Secrets. And effectively what we do is we work with sales professionals and business owners all over the world who are seeing massive increases in their top line sales revenue. So we help business owners and sales professionals to effectively focus on the 3 key drivers to growing sales revenue in your business. The first one is controlling the message that you send out into the marketplace so that potential clients see and hear and read what you do as an opportunity as opposed to your competitors. The second thing that we do is we help you to create a direct path to the 20% of your ideal clients that will deliver 80% of the revenue. So everyone knows the 80-20 rule. We help you to develop a direct path to the 20% of the people that are going to give you 80% of your sales revenue in your business. And the third thing that we allow you to do, that we create a process for, is for you to be able to double the amount of leads that you get that convert into paying clients. So if this is of interest, we do have an application-only process to become involved in this particular program. And to get to there, all you need to do is to go to johnblakescall.com. So it's JOHNBLAKESCALL.com, and there's a couple of questions to answer there, and then what you'll do is get on a quick conversation with me, and I can find out a little bit more about what you've got going on in your business and see potentially whether what you are doing would be a fit for what we could help you with. And at that point, I can extend an invitation if it's a fit, and you can make the choice to come on board or not. So that's the opportunity. That would be the next step if you're looking at how you can take things to the next level. If you're enjoying what you're hearing on the podcast, if you're getting value from it, I invite you to do that, and I will look forward to talking to you. The website is www.johnblakescall.com. Talk to you soon. Number 4, the person that you have made the offer to, something has come up for them. In most cases, I mean, it could be a business thing, it could be a personal thing, but something has come up for them which has bumped the purchase of your particular product down their priority list. So an example of this could be someone in their family is sick, or their daughter broke their leg, or they had a massive tax bill, or they had an unexpected expense that they needed to take care of. And in that situation, a lot of people don't like saying no, so they will just avoid returning your call or taking your calls, and that's the reason. And that's a fairly big chunk of people, right? I mean, depending on your sales framework and how you're talking to people, that can represent a fairly big chunk of people. And the fifth one is that you haven't helped them uncover or identify a clear enough goal or an outcome for why they are buying. So there's a whole bunch of things that we need to tick off. I've just given you two or three of the biggest ones, but there's anywhere between 7 and 10 things that we need to tick off in our process to actually qualify a person to a point where we then make a conscious decision as to whether we are going to make an offer to them or not. Really important, right? So our process is a series of questions that we ask, that uncover. We typically are going to tick off on between 7 and 10 areas that we need to get clear on before we make a conscious decision to make an offer to that person. Too many salespeople are just making an offer to everybody. It's just tick and flick. Go and see someone, send them a quote. Go see someone, send them a proposal. Go see someone, send them a proposal. At least probably 30-40% of people that have made offers to, we probably shouldn't have made an offer to them. We should have disqualified them. Timing is another really important one to tick off in those 7 to 10 areas. Okay, so how can you fix it? So there's 3 main fixes. The first one is quite obviously, don't make offers to people who aren't qualified, right? And then the second one is have a framework that allows you to tick off on all of these things that need to be in place before you make an offer to the person, right? So that's fix number 2. And the third one is assuming that you actually have made an offer to somebody who has a need for your particular product or service, who is qualified, have a process that allows you to maintain control of that conversation, right? So you should always have a next agreed upon contact point. And when I say a next agreed upon contact point, I'm talking about the next time that you're going to talk to that person, and I'm talking about the day, and I'm talking about a time, right? If you can do that, you will maintain control of the conversation, and you are a lot less likely to get yourself into a situation where you haven't spoken to the person for ages and you don't actually know whether they're going to be buying or whether they're not going to be buying. So I am sure this is going to be helpful. Obviously, if you need more help with this, you can come and have a chat with me. I've got all sorts of different ways that we can fix this. If you feel like the framework in your business that you're using to either qualify or disqualify clients could do with some work, I'm more than happy to chat to you about how I might be able to help you with that. You can contact me. The simplest way is by doing a Google search for John Blake Sales. My website will come up and you can contact me there. I hope this has been useful. Thank you as always for listening, and I will talk to you on the next podcast. Cheers.
You've been listening to Master Dealmaker Secrets with John Blake. Subscribe to get more in-depth strategies and maximize your sales process with new episodes every other week. And double your inquiry to sale conversion with the lead flow you already have. Go to johnblakeaudio.com for his exclusive, free, no-fluff audio training and companion PDF guide.